Coming to you live from exactly where you don't want to be, and that is the event launch content wasteland. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid it. Now, what I'm talking about is when you launch a brand new event and you don't have any content from previous years to share, and you can find yourself scratching your head trying to pump stuff out, maybe pushing your team to get things out, but all it seems to be is very brand heavy content. And so that can seem a bit one dimensional, and it can sort of bore the audience a little bit because you don't have any real life content to pump out. So what I'm going to show you today is an example of Tailgate. Now, this is an event that you guys have most likely heard me talk about probably several times, but it's a really good example of how we achieved it last year with a brand new event and didn't have any content either. So the first thing is, of course, get amazing artwork, invest in the artwork. It'll be the best investment you'll ever make. This artwork cost us a bunch, but it was worth its weight in gold. Then you want to start to look at your sponsors and your partners and what content you can leverage off them. A good friend and colleague of mine, Alex Peruz, always used to say, it's not the resources that you have, it's how resourceful you are with your resources. Bit of a tongue twister, but it was a quote that I always remembered. And you've really just got to sit down and get creative and think about all the resources that you got at your disposal and how you can leverage that for content. So think about your sponsors, think about your partners. For example, here we were using Bigger Than Texas for our food. So we went to their Facebook page, got a bunch of their content, obviously spoke to them about it. They were happy for us to use that. Bang, that was our The Tastes content pillar. And we had a bunch of really amazing content there. Then we leveraged other events that we'd done, sort of cross-promoted through that and said, the performers from Reminisce are going to be performing at Tailgate. So bang, we could use some content there. Got some generic images online. There's no teams, there's no people, there's no brands, there's no anything really seen in that. So, you know, from a copyright point of view, it's okay. Budweiser, another one of our sponsors, cold beer, you know, ice. People love that. Bang, there's another pillar of content, The Tastes. Then leverage the venue. So we went down, took a bunch of photos from the venue, used those as backgrounds for our certain images that we put out instead of a flat background. Again, really just brings it to life, gives that sort of grassy feel, like it kind of looks like an NFL field, so you want it to always be relevant. Went down to the venue again, shot a bunch of videos. This one's a walkthrough video, sped up like with a time lapse. We put Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, over the top of it. Bang, that's another really good bit of content that got people excited. Nice, short, sharp, you know, T-minus 31 days to lift off. Are you ready? That's it. Made up a playoff bracket so you can get creative with your designers. Again, did some competitions, went down to the venue, drew the winners out of an NFL helmet. Again, that gives a bit of content. It's a bit of creativity, nice and simple, nothing too crazy. And then we started to just network the absolute shit out of it. And that's the main thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. When you do good shit, good shit comes your way. And so we were just on the phones all the time, speaking to sponsors, speaking to partners, speaking to people who may want to get involved, merchandise, memorabilia, you know, alcohol brands, anyone that would potentially be interested. We were just constantly on the phones, calling people, reaching out via email. It just becomes a numbers game. And then we started to get momentum. One thing led to another, and we ended up getting sponsored by TaylorMade Memorabilia. Turns out they were running an event that was hosting Tom Brady. They gave us some tickets, and then we had a meet and greet opportunity, and we gave away a meet and greet to one of the Tailgate ticket buyers. I mean, what an amazing opportunity. So that just all came about from us just constantly, as I said, pounding the pavement, getting on the phones, getting on the emails. And that created a whole bunch of awesome content for us to be able to leverage Tom Brady's brand and then the content that came out of it. Again, more venue stuff, more sponsor stuff, more cross-promotion stuff, just leveraging everything that we possibly could. We got this, the guys that were doing the production, we went on their Instagram, we found this photo of the big screen that we were going to be using. We grabbed that, we got our designer to put the Tailgate branding over the top of it, and bang, we had another bit of the content, getting people excited for the big screen. So you really don't sort of realize the amount of content that you probably have that you can use that doesn't have to be content from the previous year. You know, again, some of our guests that were coming along, we did some charity work. Our MCs, Steve's got a bit of a profile. He was an ex-famous NBL commentator, used his profile. So it really, you know, doesn't end. Program, background, got the timber yard in the background, and then boom, we actually got onto our event, and then now we've got a whole bunch of content from the day. So get resourceful. That's the absolute number one thing. Think about every single possibility you could use for content where you can leverage partners and whatnot, and then just get on the phones, get on the emails, connect with as many people as possible, and that is going to spawn opportunities for content. Get resourceful with it, and you will see your sales and your signups fly.